My name's Elvira Alec, and tonight I'm with the man with all the finesse, Mr. Phineas Muir, and we're at the Collingwood Town Hall in front of a live studio audience.
I prefer debonair, but never mind.
Debonair.
Well, yes, we are in front of a live audience. In fact, tonight's show, we're going to on tonight's show, we're going to be talking about sport and leisure activities for people with disabilities, plus lots more. So it promises to be a jam-packed show.
Oh, definitely. We've even sent some of our cast out to challenge the Collingwood Football Club in a wheelchair race, so do stay tuned.
Good evening and welcome to Not the News. This is Simon Lane bringing you the latest from the Disability, Not the Newsroom. In breaking news, Australia's human rights body has now accepted that the state of being a member or a supporter of the Collingwood Football Club meets the usual definitions of disability. Following extensive negotiations with disability peak bodies and various stakeholders, it was agreed that Collingwood supporters met all the criteria of low-grade mental deficiency. The spokeswoman for the Collingwood Fan Club said that although there was some resistance to the idea, supporters on the whole accepted the human rights body's ruling. She reported that many fans have welcomed the definition. Some have even said that life would become easier because when fans from opposition teams held, abused and questioned the Magpies' intelligence, all they now had to do was smile pleasantly and nod in agreement. The Commissioner for Invisible Disabilities has declined to comment, with the spokeswoman pointing out that people who were wearing or carrying large black and white stripes were extremely obvious and therefore did not come under the Commissioner's job description. Another attempt to unite the blind and deaf by the support and lobby group The Sensuous Centuries has ended in another disaster. A cricket match and barbecue was organised to resolve the differences that arose when deaf people stormed out of the inaugural meeting of the Sensuous Centuries after being accused of turning a deaf ear into attempts to forge a spirit of cooperation and friendship between blind and deaf people. The start of the cricket match was delayed after the first over when the deaf cricketers complained that the noise of the cricket balls and all of its bells and whistles was too loud. The blind batters complained that the deaf bowlers were too fast and insisted that they bowl underarm. The deaf bowlers refused, saying real Australians would never resort to underarm tactics. The event came to an end when the deaf cricketers' appeal for an LBW decision against the blind batter was turned down. Angry deaf cricketers accused the umpires of being blind. When they were told that the umpires actually were blind, the deaf cricketers called the director of umpiring to discuss the matter further. When it turned out that the director happened to be speech impaired and no one could understand a word that he was saying, the deaf cricketers packed up their bat and ball and went home. And that's all we have from the Disability Not the Newsroom for the moment. We'll be back again later, but for now it's good night.
Welcome back to No Limits from the Collingwood Town Hall. Now, what you guys might know is, of course, there's wheelchair basketball, wheelchair footy, wheelchair rugby, and swimming, etc. But you can also run away to join the circus. I went and checked out a circus that involves kids with disabilities. I'm here with Cynthia Nolan-Myers today, and we're talking about what it's like to be in the circus.
So Westside Circus is a not-for-profit community arts organisation. Our mission is to use circus and physical theatre to make a tangible, positive difference to the lives of young people from diverse social, economic and cultural backgrounds. So the circus trainers that are utilised in these workshops can facilitate any participants to achieve exciting goals and increase their self-confidence and promote personal well-being. The trainers really come from a caring and motivated background. A lot of them are teachers and circus professionals in other areas, and they work with the individual participants, no matter what program we're talking about, on an individual basis. They're very flexible. If you have a low grasp of English language, or if you have a physical disability, or if you not really have a lot of attention span, these are all methods where trainers can help participants to try the activity in a safe way.
If you get something wrong, it doesn't matter. That's okay. And so it's really nice to sort of be in that situation where, you know, everyone can have a go at stuff.
And what do you think people with disabilities get out of circus?
Same as stuff that I have gotten out of it, you know, just discovering things that you don't realise that you're capable of doing, that actually if you hold your body in a certain way or you concentrate on a certain thing, that actually you can do all sorts of things. Also, it's a great social experience. It's great for meeting people and making new friends.
Andrew really gets a lot out of being in the circus. What differences have you noticed in him since coming here?
I think it's just instead of sitting around watching television or a Saturday morning or just watching circuses, it's just actually participating in a circus, and I think that's good to know that he knows that he can participate and not just watch. And the focus isn't on disability, it's on circus, and so you have brothers and sisters and mums and dads, and everybody just does it all together.
Crossing the Tightrope Together started 2 years ago through the City of Yarra Council. We received a Sport and Rec annual grant that made it possible for this to be happening, and they loved it so much that the following year we are doing it again, and we've just submitted our 2012 annual grant application to hopefully, fingers crossed, receive another grant to pursue it in 2012, which will be really exciting.
This could be repeated in so many different places, and I think that there should be more funding to allow these sort of things to happen, because it's about strengths and what you can do, not what you can't do, and it's about having fun together.
If there are special needs with any group, they'll be discussed prior to any program starting, so that, you know, we can facilitate the programs as best as possible for those people and for their needs, whatever they happen to be.
So if people want to get involved in the circus or find out more info, where can they go?
They can go to our website at www.westsidecircus.org.au.
Young Andrew over here, thanks for joining us, buddy. Hey, well done. Was that good? Was that fun? Yeah, you did well.
Thank you to the participants and their families and carers, and the trainers who are wonderful, who work on the program, and also to a big thank you to the City of Yarra Council for being able to provide the funding that supports a program like this. It's integral for the community to pursue physical activity in a diverse environment and safe. Thank you.
Well, thanks for having us here today, Cynthia, and continued success with the program. And we really encourage people to come out here, see what Westside can offer you, and run away and join the circus.
So Finn, the Westside Circus, they definitely had fun, did you?
Oh, I loved it.
Bucket loads?
Yeah, hell yeah. The kids really got a lot out of it. It was great to see so many smiley faces and them taking risks and trying new things, which was really good. So, and they were cute too.
Oh, well, Finn, don't run away to the circus just yet. But yeah, so we've got the circus, we've got wheelchair sports and things. What other extra recreational activities are there for people with disabilities?
Well, there are heaps. In fact, there are so many that we couldn't really film them. But two I wanted to just mention was sailability, where people with disabilities can learn to sail both recreationally and also competitively. So that's a really good opportunity. Plus, and so that's a really good environment for them.
But I've heard about riding for the disabled. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, I thought horses were things jockeys rode, and you know, you occasionally saw at the Commonwealth Games doing equestrian, but no, they're actually, it's actually people can actually go to riding for the disabled. And they learn that horses can be quite therapeutic.
Well, don't just trot off just yet. Winter sports.
Winter sports, well, I'm glad you asked.
Are there winter sports?
Oh, well,
I mean, they do have them for able-bodied people, but what if I wanted to, you know, head out into the Alps?
I'm pretty certain you could. I'm pretty certain you could do that. In fact, we're lucky enough to have Heather from Disability Disabled Winter Sports Australia here. Welcome to No Limits, Heather.
Welcome, Heather.
Thanks, Vin. Thanks, Elvira.
Lovely to have you here.
Yeah.
It's nice to be here. And yes, Elvira, if you really wanted to go, they'd find a way to take you.
So I
they
could?
Can do it. Yeah.
And how would they do that?
They've got all sorts of specialised equipment. For you, for example, they might use something called a sit ski, which is a bit like a bucket seat with skis on the bottom.
Wow.
Finn, I want to go to the mountains.
It's cool fun. I've been doing it since I was about 13, and I'm 23 now, so
where did
10
you
years.
get into it exactly?
My family are all keen skiers, and they decided to take my sister and I up to the mountains and teach us how to ski. And at that point, DWA was quite small, but they found a way in. I'm not entirely sure how they did, but they taught me how to do it. And then from there, the program has expanded and grown massively in the 10 years I've been involved. And now it's huge.
So
hundreds of people go.
What sort of sports will offer?
On all sorts of things. Skiing for all sorts of different needs, like people who can ski on upright skis but may have an amputation or might need a bit of extra balance help or anything you want. So there's upright skiing, there's snowboarding. We've recently made an agreement with the Wheelchair Curling Association to start sports on ice like curling, and I've heard rumours of a variation of ice hockey that looks absolutely terrifying and fantastically fun at the same time.
Oh, definitely. And if people in the audience or our listeners at home wanted to actually, they actually do view on television, don't they?
They look
yes,
something like that.
So if they wanted to actually get involved, how do they do that?
There's a website, disabledwintersports.com.au, and the person you want to speak to in Victoria is a guy called Sven Eriksson. His contact details will be on the website, and you go from there.
Okay, great. Well, thanks a lot for your time, Heather.
No problem.
And we'll be back after the break. Okay, so personally, Finn, I'm pretty stoked that there are sports out there. I mean, it's not just soccer and football, because let's face it, I wouldn't be too crash hot at that.
No, well, yeah, there are heaps of sports out there. People have just got to go to check with their local council to find them. So, but actually, Elvira, if you'll just indulge me, recently I've been doing a little bit of bird watching.
Bird watching, yes. I guess there are some hot pies around town.
Well, see, I'm used to pies soaring above packs, kicking goals from 50 metres out or from the boundary line.
I must admit, I like them black and white too. So check out how they fared against some of our cast in a wheelchair race.
I'd like to introduce you to Sam Brummett. Welcome along, Sam. Thank you. And Sam is a gold medal Paralympian, and we have a special guest star here with us today, Luke Ball. I'd like to welcome you along, Luke.
Thanks, Rob.
Thanks for coming. Yeah. How often do you spend time in a wheelchair?
I've got to be honest, it's my first time today, Brian, so I'm out of my comfort zone a little bit, but I'm looking forward to it.
You're a swimmer, and you spend a fair bit of time in the water. I'm just wondering, does the leg rust in the water, or what's the go here?
If I wore it into the pool, I'd sink straight to the bottom. It weighs about 5 kilo and made from pure steel, and there's even an electrical component in there.
On your mark, get set, and go.
They're off. Luke Bull on the outside. Oh, look at Sam, just cuts them all off. Oh, what a race. Look at that. That was foul play at its best. Peter's bringing up the rear. Sam leading the way with a lot of mischievous behaviour. Rams Luke Bull into the wall. Louis now leading up on Peter. Peter takes the inside turn.
Who's that with the learner plates on?
They're coming in.
Who's got the learner plates on out there?
I don't know who's got the learner. I think Sam has.
Sam's got the learner plates, has he? Oh, jeez.
And
It's too late.
the bell. Oh no, he just missed the cone. That was well done.
Come on, guys. I can go faster backwards.
Oh, here we go. Look at Louis trying to get a free ride off the back of Luke. And Sam again takes out Luke. A bit of a habit of Sam's. He doesn't seem to know how to race. Just takes out the other plate. Peter and Louis fighting for the front position.
Take a few points off his
So
life.
much for these professional sports people as they bring up the rear. And our local boys, Peter and Louis, follow first. And once again, Luke has been run into. I think I had a conspiracy against Luke in that race, Peter.
Are you ready, guys? On the count of 3. 1, 2, go! Come on, put some pedals in the middle. Get into it.
Oh, look, really happy. Peter's bringing up the rear, but making ground on this as they head up for the turn at the top end. Oh, there's some holes in the wall. No, they didn't. And, well, 3 of them are coming backwards, but Peter decided he'd get the upper hand. There's a bit of confusion in the reverse gear here, as we can see.
Is there?
The more experienced people that use these chairs have got this reverse under control.
They're using their mirrors.
Luke's decided it's much easier to go frontwards, so he now I'm not too sure if any of them won a gold medal on that little excursion.
Very sad, isn't it? Very sad.
And how did you actually find managing the wheelchair? Like, obviously not much comparison compared to your normal sport.
Yeah, I think I needed a bit of work there, especially going backwards.
Going backwards?
I'd be happy if they edited that one out of the shot, to be honest. That was a bit embarrassing.
I did notice, though, that as far as cheats are concerned, you were qualifying quite well in that circuit. I noticed you did your best to keep Luke out of the competition.
Well, Luke being the only able body in the competition, I thought we had to sort of group 10 together as a bunch in the disabled community to sort of block him out and make sure he wasn't going to take the lead.
And we appreciate the fact that you did take the time out to come and trial out in a wheelchair and let us watch you with the cameras. That was great, and we appreciate your time and your effort. And,
Pleasure. No worries. Thanks for having me.
Can I have the pleasure of shaking your woodman?
Of course, mate. Yeah. There you go.
Thanks, mate.
I hope you don't have too many other limbs you can unattach there for him to shake there, Sam.
Pleasure.